When it comes to tornadoes, Canada is second in the world next to the U.S. in terms of how many touch down yearly. The devastation that comes with them is felt for months and years afterwards. So how can we better prepare our buildings? CTV's Caitlin Wilson joins us live now with part one of a two-part series looking into our current building code and the calls for strengthened measures. Caitlin.
Lindsay, most of the tornadoes that hit Canada are EF2 or less, meaning winds are under 217 kilometers per hour. And as you can see by all the damage, the question becomes, how do we build homes that withstand that type of wind? Well, now there's a push to change Ontario's building code to mitigate damages and keep roofs on houses.
Oh my God, I've never seen anything like this in my life.
In a matter of minutes, this tornado left a trail of destruction so damaging it could take years to rebuild.
She goes, I thought we were going to die.
That drive home was probably the scariest time of my life.
We ran to the basement and hid underneath the stairs, waiting for something to pass or hoping to live through this.
With wind speeds reaching 210 kilometers per hour, the EF2 twister damaged upwards of 200 homes, injured 11 people, and uprooted more than 100 others. 70 homes still have unsafe orders. During the devastation, roughly 20 roofs were ripped off houses, calling into question the strength of Ontario's building code.
The code doesn't really address those upward sucking forces very well or at all, and we would like to see that changed.
According to Canada's property and casualty insurance industry, after water damage, wind is the most significant driver of disaster losses, and it can quickly turn deadly.
This is how people get injured and killed. So not so much by the wind itself, but by flying debris. We're talking about chunks of roofs and chunks of other chunks of buildings.
Following the latest tornado in Barrie, there is now a renewed push for the province to include things like hurricane straps, ties, or screws into the building code to help protect roofs and reduce damage.
That would go a long way to both better enforcement and better building practice. So the weakest thing in the structure is actually how the roof is fastened to the walls, and hurricane straps fix that problem.
Last year, Ontario led the country with 44 tornadoes. Since 1985, 3 major ones have touched down in or near Barrie.
That area between Windsor and Lake Simcoe is, sometimes we refer to it as Little Tornado Alley.
And as cities grow, senior climatologist David PHILLIPS says we could see more destruction in the future.
It's more likely that tornadoes will find targets to hit. So those same little guys of the past might be more impactful, more damaging, more destructive, more killers in the future.
The Canadian Standards Association is in the process of developing a standard for factoring in extreme winds in the construction of new homes across the country. Tomorrow night, we'll dive deeper into which municipalities have these measures in place and what the cost could be to you, the homeowner. I'm Caitlin Wilson, reporting live. Lindsay, back to you.
Okay, very interesting. Thanks, Caitlin.